Hey friends, Sean from Draft Therapy here, and on today's review for you, let's see if there really is a smile in every bottle. Yuengling Hershey's Chocolate Porter is a 4.7% porter from Yuengling Brewery in Pottsville, Pennsylvania. America's oldest brewery just must have some personal grudge against Michigan because they seem to distribute everywhere around here, but they never cross the border voluntarily. Now, I picked this one up on a trip to Columbus, Ohio a couple weeks ago. Let's see if it was worth a trip. But first, I'd like to thank my executive producers Brian Kramer, David Jeffries, Chad Shirk, and Cam Freeman for helping to bring this review to you today. If you'd like to become a producer, help out the channel, or just maybe throw me a couple bucks to buy me a beer, take a look at my Patreon at patreon.drafttherapy.com, where you can get early access to these videos and a few other special perks available only to patrons. And right now I got a giveaway, so check out my Patreon to figure out all the particulars about that. So let's start and take a look at this bottle. If we look at the top, we see on the neck of the bottle it says Yuengling 21 plus to enjoy. Underneath that it says America's oldest brewery, again 21 and over to enjoy since 1829. It's got an eagle holding onto a barrel, and it says Yuengling Hershey's Chocolate Porter, porter with natural flavors. This is by D.G. Yuengling and Son Incorporated in Pottsville, Pennsylvania, 17901. There is no back label. On the neck of the label is the government warning. I'm going to class up this porter a little bit, use a Tiku glass. Got my Draft Therapy Tiku glass. This is going to be a twist-off cap. This is only the second time I've done a twist-off cap. If you know what the last one was that I did with the twist-off cap, let me know in the comments down below. So we're going to go ahead and crack this. It's got the same kind of, it's got the eagle. I don't know if you're going to be able to see that on the overhead, but it's got the eagle stepping on the barrel. Set that to the side, put a little nose on the bottle here. It's got those roasty, malty, it's got a sweeter roasted malty aroma coming out of the bottle here. Let's go ahead and pour it and see if that translates to the taste at all. Coming out pretty light like a porter does. It's got a little bit of a reddish hue to it. It's a bit brown, a little transparent. It's quite transparent actually coming out of the bottle. This is a 12-ounce bottle. This Tiku, I believe, is 16. So I'm going to go ahead and pour a little bit more. And I almost overflowed it. There is just like a sip left in the bottle here. But in the meantime, I'm looking at about 2.5 to 3 fingers of head. This has a really porous head on the side. I don't know if the second pour is what did it in. On the top, the bubbles, it's a very active head. It is a little off-white. It's shading more towards tan. It's a little bit darker than khaki. Let's go ahead and hold it up to the light here. To me, that is pretty dark. That's almost black. It's got a bit of it's like a really deep dark brown. It's not quite black. To you guys, it probably looks pretty darn black. So if I hold my fingers up to it, I am not seeing through that. It is totally opaque. There is a little bit of space in the headroom here now in the glass. I'm going to just pour the rest of it in there. A little bit of extra stuff came out. Maybe that's the chocolate. All right, so let's put a better nose on the glass here. Still getting a little bit more of a roasted malty aroma than anything else. I'm not really picking up on the on any kind of chocolate note. Well, on the nose, actually, it's got those roasted malty, but it's aromas, but it's got a little bit of a sweetness, a little sweet kick to it. So let's go ahead and try it out. Cheers. Start with the mouthfeel. Very light, very crisp, very porter reminiscent. It's not thick like a stout. It's not even on the heavier side. It is very light. There is a little bit of a little bit of a thickness, I guess. It's not super crisp like a lager, but it has a little bit of a little tiny bit thicker kind of mouthfeel. Let's talk about the taste here. So while I get a little bit of a roasty malt flavor in there, I do get quite a bit of like a milk chocolate, a sweeter chocolate. It also, so it comes in to get the roasty malts up front. It's kind of, it really instantly starts to get sweet. You start to get that sweet milk chocolate kind of flavor. It's not a dark chocolate. It's not like a baker's chocolate. It's not a bitter chocolate. It is very much a sweet chocolate. On the swallow, it almost, because of those roasted malts, that sweet chocolate, it almost combines to become close to this kind of cola flavor, like like a Coke or a Pepsi or a cola soft drink flavor, and then that kind of subsides, and what you're left with, the aftertaste, It dries really quickly. It's not a dry finish, but it feels like it dries very quickly, like you want to dive in for another taste. The aftertaste is very light. There's not a big aftertaste, but I'm picking up a little bit of a chocolate, a little bit of that roasted malt. So I'm getting kind of like what you get on the beginning, the roasted malted chocolate. Then you get that cola kind of sweetness as you swallow. Then afterwards, you're getting, or I'm getting, the roasted kind of malty flavor again, and the chocolate again, the milk chocolate, but it's not quite as sweet, right? Because it's on the swallow, so it's a little bit, I attribute it more to the aftertaste. It's quite an enticing flavor. It makes you, because your mouth dries out, it makes you want to take another drink. It's very, 4 point, I think I said 4.6. It doesn't say on here, I don't believe. It's either 4.6 or 4.7%. I mentioned it in the intro. So it's very easy to get, you kind of get lost in it. I'm just kind of sipping it like it's more of a, just like a regular drink. Like, I'm not much of a chugger for beer. Like, I don't chug beer very often. It's not something that I practiced at or that I do very often. So, but this one, I find myself like, oh, I can take another drink. That one was a little bit more of a sip to conserve, but it's low ABV. You can drink a few of these. It comes in a 6-pack. I honestly don't remember what I paid, but I would be surprised if it was over like $11 for the 6-pack. I bought it with a few other beers, so didn't get an itemized bill, and I didn't look for a price. I just saw that this was on the shelf, and I was like, I've been looking for this. I want to try that. I'll buy it. How much is it? I don't know, but I got these other beers, and I'm gonna spend $40 on a couple 6-packs or whatever. So it kind of fell into that kind of price range. But I think for the value, it's a good price. I think that, if you have some tolerance for beer, you're probably going to be able to drink 2, 3, maybe 4 before you start really catching a heavy buzz. But it's sweet enough. It's not, like I said, it's got that roasted malty flavor. It's got that sweet milk chocolate flavor, but it's not overly sweet. So it's not something where if you had a pastry stout, you could maybe drink like 1, maybe 2. You might want to share 1 or share 2. It's not quite that sweet, but it has a nice sweetness. It'll tide you over. It's something that you can drink a few of and not get sick of, because it's not so super sweet that it just kind of throws all your taste buds off. I can still taste all the different, pieces of the puzzle in this beer, and I can still enjoy it and appreciate that it has these different flavors. I think as it warms, it might become even more sweet, so that's something to kind of pay attention to. This might be a beer that you want to drink rather cold, but I think that you can drink a few, and it won't just ruin your taste buds for any other kind of beer, and it's a good one that you can drink on your own. You don't have to share these if you don't want to with other people, because it's so low ABV, it's not going to set you back too much. All right, friends, that has been Yuengling Hershey's Chocolate Porter. Have you had this one before? Do you have a favorite porter? Let me know in the comments down below while you're down there. If you like beer, you might want to subscribe and click that bell. I'm here talking about it twice a week, Tuesdays and Thursdays. It's all for free for viewers just like you. And you might miss your newest favorite, or you might avoid a dud because you're watching, you're getting subscribed, and you're getting those notifications. So until next time, I'm Sean from Draft Therapy. Thanks for stopping by. Remember, drink craft beer, support your local breweries. These guys are in Pottsville, Pennsylvania. And most importantly, don't forget to treat yourself to a little draft therapy. Thanks for watching, everybody. See you next time. Cheers.